If you buy it to be seen, you'll pay for it twice. The first payment is money. The second payment is maintenance, pressure, upgrades, stress, and the quiet feeling that now you have to keep proving something. Some purchases don't end at checkout. The expensive part is becoming the kind of person who has to maintain them. That's why some high earners still feel broke. Not because they don't make enough money, but because status spending compounds faster than stability. A nicer car becomes higher insurance, a luxury apartment becomes higher expectations. A designer purchase becomes an identity you feel forced to maintain. Looking rich and becoming wealthy are often opposite games. One is built around visibility, the other is built around flexibility. Today, we are auditing the hidden system behind approval spending. Why people quietly buy stress disguised as success, and how identity subscriptions form without people noticing. Most people think the danger is overspending. The real danger is emotional spending that changes your lifestyle permanently. Stay with me, because once you see this pattern, it becomes impossible to ignore. Some purchases quietly become identities, and identities are expensive. They demand consistency, upgrades, and ongoing validation. This is where financial pressure begins to grow, not from one decision, but from the identity that follows it. Most people do not buy objects, they buy emotions. The car is not transportation, it is status. The watch is not a tool, it is proof. The apartment is not shelter, it is identity. This is where the money trap begins, not with greed or stupidity, but with the very human desire to feel respected. That emotional need becomes the entry point into a system designed to convert feelings into recurring spending. Consumerism rarely sells utility anymore. It sells transformation. Buy this car and feel important. Buy this outfit and feel attractive. Buy this phone and feel current. Buy this apartment and feel successful. The object becomes emotional shorthand. Approval spending works because it temporarily solves emotional discomfort. Feeling insecure, behind, or invisible gets replaced by a quick upgrade that creates short-term relief. For a moment, the purchase works. You feel better, elevated, seen, but emotional relief expires quickly. The new car smell fades, the compliments slow down, the attention disappears. And suddenly, your upgraded identity feels normal again. This is where the cycle resets, because now the same discomfort returns, and the brain looks for the next upgrade to recreate that temporary emotional lift. Many people buy proof before they build stability. You can see it everywhere. Luxury vehicles paired with no emergency savings, designer purchases on credit, expensive vacations, followed by financial stress. These decisions are not always careless. Often, they feel like rewards. But the system trains people to associate visible spending with self-worth, slowly weakening logical financial decision-making. Once identity attaches to spending, cutting back becomes emotional. Downgrading a car feels like losing status. Canceling subscriptions feels like falling behind. Moving to a cheaper apartment feels embarrassing. Even when the numbers clearly suggest relief, the emotional cost feels too high. People are not just protecting expenses, they are protecting identity, and that makes financial change harder. Spending is often triggered by comparison. A coworker upgrades their car, and yours suddenly feels outdated. A friend moves into a luxury building, and your apartment feels smaller. Someone posts vacation photos, and your weekend feels inadequate. Consumerism turns comparison into recurring expenses, and the process is subtle enough that most people never recognize it happening. Nobody says they are buying for validation. Instead, the brain creates cleaner stories. I deserve it. I worked hard. I only live once. Sometimes those statements are true, but sometimes they hide emotional spending. These narratives allow purchases to feel logical, even when they are driven by insecurity or comparison. Status is expensive because it needs an audience. People begin managing their lives like brands. They feel pressure to maintain, upgrade, and avoid appearing to fall behind. Even silent observers create pressure. The neighbor, the coworker, social media followers. The existence of an audience is enough to turn spending into performance. Higher income often leads to higher lifestyle, higher maintenance, and higher pressure. Some people earn more every year but increase their fragility at the same pace. Nobody sees your emergency fund. But everyone notices your car, clothes, and apartment. Visibility pulls attention towards status, even when it quietly increases stress and reduces flexibility. Most people think purchases happen once, but many become subscriptions, not official ones, but identity subscriptions. The expensive car is a clear example. At first, it feels like success, but then the second payment begins. The ongoing costs, expectations, and emotional pressure start to accumulate. Higher insurance, repairs, fuel, and maintenance are obvious, but the invisible costs matter more. Fear of damage, pressure to maintain appearance, constant comparison to newer models. The object stops being practical and becomes emotional upkeep. The purchase was one time, but the identity became permanent. The same thing happens with housing. One upgrade pulls others behind it. Furniture, food, habits, social environments all shift upward. People think they upgraded one category, but they upgraded an entire system. This is why lifestyle inflation spreads so quickly and quietly. Clothing, tech, subscriptions, convenience spending all follow the same pattern. Each upgrade resets expectations. Normal starts feeling inadequate. The brain keeps chasing the next improvement. Many people are not trapped by one decision, but by dozens of small identity upgrades repeating over time. High earners are especially vulnerable. As lifestyle expands, margin for error disappears. A job loss becomes catastrophic. A medical expense becomes stressful. Not because income is low, but because obligations are high. Financial stress often hides behind luxury. Many people earn more but still feel trapped. This is not an income problem. It is a system problem. Lifestyle inflation absorbs every raise. Small upgrades accumulate into large obligations. The paycheck grows, but flexibility does not. Wealth systems reduce fragility. Status systems increase visibility. One builds options. The other builds maintenance. Real wealth buys time, flexibility, and resilience. Status spending buys attention and pressure. Luxury is public. Stability is private. People upgrade visible things while ignoring invisible ones. The car feels rewarding immediately. Savings feel slow and invisible. But invisible stability often matters far more in real life. The real question is not whether something is expensive. It is what direction it pushes your life. Toward flexibility or maintenance, toward peace or pressure, toward control or dependence. That is the difference between status buys and wealth buys. A luxury car or reduced anxiety, a larger apartment or breathing room. The real comparison is not between objects, but between future emotional states. One creates visible success with hidden pressure. The other creates invisible stability. Ask yourself, would you buy this if nobody saw it? Are you buying the object or the reaction? Does this reduce stress or create more? Will this matter in 12 months? Are you solving insecurity with consumption? These questions reveal the real motive behind spending. You can look rich today or become rich later. Most people choose today because visible success is rewarded instantly. Quiet wealth looks ordinary but creates freedom, breathing room, and peace. The goal is not to look expensive. The goal is to reduce fragility. Some purchases create freedom. Others become obligations wearing luxury clothing. Once you notice the pattern, you regain control. And control is far more valuable than looking rich for strangers.